You're welcome, Denver. Hey, at least you got weed.
Sure.
That's
so
about
does Portland. So does California. They all got weed.
Damn, I need to live out.
Weed everywhere.
We gotta live. We. Oh, man, I'm fucking up my
You don't
words.
need any weed after that little dyslexic ass statement you just made right there. So the 76ers, the Raptors, Kawhi Leonard. Ha ha!
Was that a impression of?
Yeah, it was not a good one. It was pretty lousy. I think it was a little too much.
At least I understood what you were doing.
I think there was a little too much emotion for the
There was
Kawhi
a little too much
thing,
emotion. Yeah,
But he's amazing.
he is, and we've already
But
said that.
the 76ers, they came out Game 6, and I feel like that was the game when the tables were completely against them, and a lot of people gave up.
Even, the funny thing is, even the fans, and this is why I love their fans, and that's why Houston fans are sad. They were still cheering while they were at like the point where they had no chance to win the game. Houston fans, that's why you're nothing like Philly fans. Philly fans were booing when the Raptors were down by 8.
Yeah.
And I agree with them because you can't be blowing a team out and then just keep letting them.
Yeah.
They kept letting them get back into the game.
Especially after they beat the shit out of us. It's like
we could have easily beat them by 35 the way they did to us, but they kept letting them creep back in because of lazy defense and lazy offense in certain spots. But overall, I agree. Yeah, they had a great game, and that's why I love Philly fans. They booed them, and then they're like, "Yep, we need to stop fucking around. These fans are right. We need to end this shit."
And I think Ben needs to get. It seems like that. I think Ben's sensitive. Yeah.
Aggressive.
I don't know what's coming out of him. Joel, I think he's just sick. He also needs to get in way better
But he had
shape.
an amazing plus minus though. We need to sit here and understand. Yes, it's going to benefit us way much more if he can score 30. But we need to also understand that he can score 18 and still have an amazing plus minus. Because they're that worried about him. They're that scared of him that he can be a presence that makes Jimmy play better, that makes Ben play better, that makes Redick play better, that makes Tobias play better. The funny thing is, no, that was not his best game of the series. Obviously, Game 3 was.
Yeah.
But I think that was his most important.
Definitely.
What he did on that court and what he did defensively was so amazing. It was the reason I'm optimistic about Game 7 is that this was a do or die game. We knew Jimmy was going to show up. He thrives in these moments. He loves these moments. He's been in these moments. But the fact that Ben and Joel stepped up in a game like this, defensively and offensively, gives me a lot of hope. And the number one thing is I think Ben would do. I mean, Joel would do what he needs to do, and I think Jimmy would do what he needs to do. Ben needs to do what he did in Game 6. He needs to be aggressive. And then I'll say this, if he's that aggressive and if he's actually making his shots, we have a chance to win that game.
What do you think makes him come out there and just decide this is going to be the game I actually drive to the basket? Like, why isn't that in him at all times?
He reminds me of a 6'10" version of Steph Curry.
Oh.
Because that's the problem with Steph. He seems a little lazy at times. His turnovers are definitely lazy turnovers. Yeah. I feel like when you're that skilled, you do. Some people, not all people, some people get lazy. And Steph is that type of guy, and Ben is that type of guy. But as long as you can show up for the do or die games, I can forgive it. Just like I forgave it with Steph for Game 6. I forgave it for Ben in Game 6, and I need Ben to do that again in Game 7.
All right.
I think it could be a legit-ass game changer. But I will say the number one key, do a solid job against Kawhi, but don't focus on him. If you can just shut down the rest of the start, they've proven their bench is ass. Their bench is not going to do anything for them.
They haven't played good in this series, and it seems like every game we win, I hear people talking about how their bench, we would have won if they would have played better. And it's confusing to me that they haven't played good yet, except for in the game that they crushed us.
Yeah.
But we played terrible.
And we played awful.
So it's like the games they crushed us. But that's another thing about this series, though. It's like the games when we actually play with some sense,
we win.
We win.
Yeah.
Because we're talented.
Because we're not only are we are more talented.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck of what any of y'all say. We're a more talented team. Yes. And that's why I understand why people are saying Brown's job is on the line.
It's definitely on the line.
Because they are more talented, so they should win this series.
The problem is Ben Simmons got a little bit of that Bruce Jenner up in him. And he doesn't always come prepared to play in the games.
Yeah.
At all. Sometimes he looks like, I don't even know who the hell to compare him to. I don't even know if I should say an NBA player or just a Pokemon. Jigglypuff. In certain games, this man is Jigglypuff. In the other games, he's motherfucking
Mewtwo?
No, not even Mewtwo. No, never. Motherfucking
Pikachu?
No.
Charizard?
No. But that's who he reminds me of in certain games. And in other games, like I said, he's Jigglypuff. And he's just nowhere to be found. But that one time you do see him, he's just fucking
off and making terrible turnovers.
Yeah, but if Ben Simmons can actually have a level that same level of moxie he had when the back's against the wall.
Yep.
If he had that in all games, it'd be a much different series.
Agreed.
Much different.
And then if he can develop a shot.
Yeah, we're killer. That's the most important part now is that shot development.
Yeah.
But the thing about the Sixers is the only person through this whole series who I know I can actually rely on to play hard is Jimmy Butler. I don't like that. It seems like sometimes I just watch the team not even give effort.
No. Hold on. Joel gives the effort. It's just sometimes he plays very bad.
But he's not giving effort. He's looking for the foul, and he gets in his head.
He does do some James Harden
starts acting
shit.
lazy. I don't like it. I don't like the laziness. I like when I see him when we're up. That's when he wants to go after that player to get that block.
Yeah.
It's like other times I'm not seeing it. It's like sometimes you got to get that aggressive foul, Joel. You're 7 foot. Remind him about this.
Well, he's one flagrant away.
Well, yeah, that's important. That's another important thing too.
So if we make it past, I'm gonna be. Oh man, fuck the refs. So final thoughts. What do you think's gonna happen in the series? Series. What do you think's gonna happen in the final game? And
I'm hoping to see. Well, number one, let's go. I just want to go down the list of players. Kawhi Leonard. I expect a great game from him.
And we've actually played very well against him in the past 2 games.
Yeah. But I great game. I expect at least 25 points. So however you want to
see, that's not a great game for him though.
I expect
and they're not going to win with I don't think
not with just 25, no. But then that would determine if somebody else steps up. Okay. And now it comes down to the fact that the same way, I don't have any actual trust in Kyle Lowry, but I can't sit here and act like I have that trust in Ben Simmons. I can't.
Well, my problem with Kyle Lowry is they are at home, so they might give him those fouls that he's always flopped.
And it's crap too.
Yeah, so I'm worried about that at least.
Their bench hasn't been playing too good.
I'm not worried about
that. Can change at any moment.
Not in Game 7. No, it's too big of a game. They've been playing bad literally all series. I'm not worried about that. Now, if I'm the Sixers, don't sleep on them, but I'm just saying I think we're way better than they are.
We have to come out ready to step on their throat.
Yeah, we do. I agree.
Like Ben Simmons, he has to come out there aggressive. Yes. Same way.
Yes.
I need Tobias to be hitting a couple shots.
Jimmy needs to do what he did in Game 6 as well. Did you notice? Jimmy is usually used to stepping up in third and fourth quarter. He stepped up right away in that game. He scored most of his points in the first half.
It's important.
So I think he needs to do that again. I think you need to come. I think your best case scenario is having a huge lead going into halftime.
If that would happen, we would be in perfect position, and I believe that the crowd would be out of it so quickly that we would crush.
But all it takes is a few threes.
It takes a few threes, but I feel like they would really be down on themselves a lot. I think if we get down that same way, we're really fucked.
Yeah, we're fucked. Yes.
Super.
So I agree. It needs to go one of two ways. Either it's a close game, or we're stepping on their throats.
Yes.
Because if it is them stepping on our throats, I agree. We might be done.
Yes.
We might be done.
There's no coming back from that. Especially going down by 15 in the first quarter.
Because we're not the Warriors. We haven't been through what the Warriors have been. Because the Warriors, you wouldn't be afraid. Because that's happened in them
Because we actually seen stuff like Klay Thompson have 37 points in a quarter.
Yeah.
I can't always rely on JJ to bring us back shooting threes.
And JJ's not even been that great at shooting threes.
He hasn't,
in this
and
series.
it's disappointing.
Same thing with Tobias. Both of them have been disappointing to me.
But the only thing I will say, we're in Game 7.
Game 7.
And our best player has been out of it majority of the series.
He's had 2 really good games.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't even know if he's been an all-star in this series. And he's an MVP candidate player.
I agree. I don't understand what Marc Gasol has over him. I don't get it.
I think it's majority of it is him being sick. I didn't think he was sick. I don't know what type of disease this man has. He must have some type of serious ass disorder.
Yeah, because
like West Nile virus, Ebola.
Because when he's losing the ball and shit like that, okay, he does that even when he's healthy, and that bothers me. You need to clean that up, Joel.
Ben Simmons needs to start shooting them threes.
Well, he can't do it now. Right now is the stupid time to do that. Don't
catch him by surprise.
No, Ben. He knows better. He's not gonna do that right now. But yeah, I agree. When he's usually doing a move that he usually makes and misses, that's where he's been missing free throws. That's been the weird part too.
It's bad.
So it's something is going on, but I'm not using that shit as an excuse. We're not gonna use it with Steph. We're not using it with Joel either. Joel, you need to step up. If you want to come out here and say you're the most unstoppable player in the league, and I partially agree, I'd probably put KD above you though. But I do partially agree with that, then you need to go out and show it. And I think it's because Gasol has been on the West that I didn't realize how good Gasol is defensively against Joel.
Yeah.
So now that he's here and we've seen it, you need to prove to everybody, even the guy that can play the best defense against me isn't enough. You need to prove that. So I think the key to this game is Joel's overall game. He doesn't need 30. I say 23-ish is all he needs because Jimmy's going to give you 20 plus. And then Ben needs to get 18 at least. And then JJ needs to get at least 4 threes. And then Tobias has been bad on the road. So Tobias, you don't even have to have a good game. Just give me 3 threes.
That's it.
That's it. Just give me 3 threes, Tobias. And I think the rest of those guys can take us home.
You believe this in your heart. Not as a Sixers fan.
Nah, it's not even me being a Sixers fan when I say they're more talented. Like
they're definitely
are the
more talented
team.
But do you believe, honestly, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Jimmy Butler, never been there before. None of these players. JJ Redick, he's been in the finals. He wasn't really a big piece. Nobody else on the team. You believe that these guys in this Game 7, they have it in them?
Yes. Because the way I see
or
it
the Raptors just don't have it in them that much.
That's where I was going. I know what Kawhi is going to give us.
Yeah.
I think he's getting 30 in this game.
Probably.
But I don't think that's going to be enough. I think his team is going to play so bad that he's going to need 50. And I just don't see us giving up 50 to him. So I truly believe Kyle Lowry's not made for this moment. None of those guys except for like Gasol. But the weird thing is they don't really give it to him that much offensively. No. So I'm not afraid of him offensively, even though he's a good offensive player. I don't understand why they don't give him the ball more.
He's not where he was at one time.
Siakam hasn't been there either.
Not as good.
Now Siakam has an advantage if he can get hot early, then he might be hot the entire game.
Yeah.
So they need to make sure that they shut him down early because then he'll shut down.
Yeah.
He'll shut down.
If Siakam's playing good, though, that's going to open up a little more for Kawhi.
Yeah, and that's going to hurt us.
Yeah. So we need to make sure we can hold down.
That's how I see those players going down. I see the score being 105 to 100.
Okay.
Sixers win. I just think they're a better team. I just think when I see Game 7s, it's usually always the best team that wins.
It's a lot of it's home too. Yeah.
Take that Spurs Nuggets. Yes, Pop always coaches players up, but the Nuggets were an obviously more talented team, and they came out with the win in that Game 7. So I feel like the more talent always prevails in Game 7s.
So you got the Sixers.
So they would have. I feel like the only way the Sixers lose is if all hell breaks loose and they everybody but Jimmy plays bad.
But that is a possibility. Is the problem?
We've
seen it already.
We have seen that already, which is the sad part. I think the confidence they got in Game 6, they pretty much did what the Rockets needed to do. They needed to give themselves that confidence in Game 6.
Now it's one game. That's all it takes. It takes one game. It's possible. I'm with you. The Sixers winning. I also
don't want Brett Brown to get fired. That's the other reason.
Yeah, his ass is right out back to Australia, right down on that road. I'm going to go 102-99 with the 76ers beating the Raptors. Close game, late shot by somebody. Maybe Jimmy Buckins. I can possibly see that. I see Joel playing like he should.
So game 3, Joel? Or game 6?
Somewhere
Joel?
around that. Somewhere in between game 3 and game 6.
Okay.
I don't see like a 35-20 rebound. That would be coming of age.
If he got that, I guarantee we win by 20. Whenever he does shit like that, we always blow the other team out.
We truthfully do. If we win this series, this is a big moment in everybody's progression for our team.
The process is here.
This is really.
And I'd be very excited about the Bucks series.
And I think that's why, honestly, looking around at national media, nobody's picking us. Really. Yeah. Nobody. And I think that's the reason, because of the experience. I think this game will really be that one that proves to them we're here. The process paid off, and now.
And I think that guarantees at least Jimmy stays. And
yeah,
JJ.
definitely. The Jimmy's.
I think the Tobias thing is actually weird. He might.
But another thing I will say, though, is that makes me a little nervous, because I think we should definitely prepare ourselves for a 7-game series against the Bucks. Yes, and I think there's a chance the Warriors may sweep their series, and having the
Curry
defending
and
champion
KD healthy,
just waiting for you there after a 7-game series. It's
but
not
that
the best
I still
thing
think
in the
would
world.
be a 7-game series too, though.
I hope so.
I think that'd be a good.
I just don't think it's a good. I don't think there's any way, unless the Bucks just beat the shit out of us. There's no way we're beating them in 5. So 6 is a possibility. I'm not going to sit here and act like the Bucks ain't who they are, but I know how we match up against them, which is why I think that we are going to be able to beat them. But I think that's definitely a 7-game series.
Yeah, I think it is too.
And I'm not even going to disrespect the Bucks anymore, because I've seen them all year. And they're great.
They're amazing.
I got 102-99. The process. Trust the process.
Trust the process.
It's here.
It is here.
All right.